Welcome to the FX Options Weekly Outlook, a weekly podcast series hosted by Jason Ayres, a top instructor, trader, and founder of OptionSource.net. Join Jason as he discusses the latest trends in the Forex market with a look ahead on the US dollar versus the major currencies using the most commonly used technical indicators.
Well, hi there and welcome to the ISE FX Options Weekly Outlook for January 25th, 2010. As always, this is Jason Ayres of OptionSource.net. Let's take a look at our weekly chart of the US dollar index. This is a great way to gain perspective as to how the US dollar has been trading against a basket of currencies. Well, the 76.77 focal zone continues to hold as the US dollar continues to gain strength against most majors. We have an upside target of the 79 to 81 box as seen here. However, after such a robust rally over the last couple of weeks, it would not be unrealistic to expect at least some backfilling. If we take a look at our daily snapshot, you can see the bull flag that we've illustrated is starting to break out. The 78 level remains an important support on our daily chart. Consolidation above here and a bounce lends further credibility to a push into that 79 to 81 box. Next up, the CDD, the U.S. versus the Canadian dollar. Well, the U.S. dollar rallied quite significantly against the Canadian dollar over the last week. We are now seeing a test into this 105 and a half to 106 focal zone. It would not be unrealistic to expect some retracement, which could see the pair value pull back into the test support at the 104, 104 and a half. However, a break above 106 is likely to meet with some resistance up here in the 107, 108 box. Let's take a look at the US dollar against the Japanese yen as seen here in the ISE FX options pair value YUK. While we continue to identify what appears to be a continuation wedge suggesting a move to the upside. However, the 90.91 focal zone remains an important support, and last week we did see the pair value dip just below that. If this 90.91 level does not hold, we're looking for a test of support down into this 88, 88 and a half range. A bounce off of this 90.91 focal zone should meet with some resistance up here in the 93 to 93 and a half range. A push through this 93, 93 and a half focal zone will lend further credibility to a strengthening US dollar against the yen in the bigger picture. Let's take a look at the EUI. Well, the US dollar gained significant ground against the euro last week as we saw the pair value break through the 69.5, 70 focal zone. We have an upside target of 71.5, 72, and the pair value just tested shy of that before rejecting, showing some signs of apprehension. The 69.5, 70 focal zone is an important level now for support. We may very well see some consolidation just above this range. However, momentum continues to suggest a continuing strengthening US dollar against the euro. Let's take a look at the BPX, the US versus the British pound. Well, we've identified what appears to be a bullish continuation wedge within the pair value, and last week we saw the US dollar gain some ground against the pound. The 61.5, 62 focal zone is an important level of resistance. We would expect to see some consolidation within this level as it changes its role to support. A push higher is likely going to meet with a continued resistance within the 63 to 63 and a half focal zone. We really do need to see a break above this level to lend further credibility to the US dollar gaining continued strength against the pound in the bigger picture. Let's take a look at the US dollar versus the Australian dollar as seen here in the ISE FX options pair value AUX. Well, the pair value came off of the support level that had been established down within that 107 range there to push up into the 111, 112 focal zone that we've had on our radar for quite some time. Now, it would not be unrealistic for us to expect some consolidation and a little bit of backfilling here, which may test support down within the 109 to 110 range. A push above 112 opens the window for a move into the 114, 115 box. Let's take a look at our key points. First of all, the US dollar index broke 78 and appears to be holding. We may see a retracement as deep as 77.5. Support above 77 continues to suggest the possibility for further US dollar strength. The CDD broke 104 and pushed higher to close last week just shy of 106. We may see a pullback after such a robust move. 107, 108 remains a strong resistance. The YUK drops deeper into our 90-91 support zone. Although it appears to be forming a continuation wedge to the upside, we need to see some consolidation here to lend credibility to a move to the upside. The EUI pushed higher last week. Look for a test of support back down at 70, 71.5, 72 remains a strong resistance. The BPX tested the upper range of the 61.5, 62 focal zone. The formation of what appears to be a continuation wedge suggests the possibility of a push higher. 63, 63.5 remains an area of key overhead resistance. The AUX hit the lower range of our 111, 112 focal zone, which remains an important resistance level. Some backfilling is anticipated. A break and close above 112 opens the window for a push towards 115. And this has been your ISE FX Options Weekly Outlook for January 25th, 2010. As always, I'm Jason Ayres of OptionsSource.net. Thanks for joining me here this week. We'll see you here next week.
Thank you for participating in this week's session. Please join us again next week. For trading ideas, exchange rates, webinars, news, and commentary, visit www.fxoptions.com. Become an OptionsSource.net member. Visit www.optionsource.net. ISE FX options can be easily traded through all options-enabled brokerage accounts. These exchange-listed securities are cash-settled in U.S. dollars and have a European-style exercise.